when Rick was talking about this, he goes, what I want you to do is explain a few things as we go about, like, we can do a walk around of the tool. I'd like to do it as I'm getting set up for a cope and stick joint and a vertical raise panel. First thing you're going to do is you get your 1010 or OF 1400. There's a little chart that comes in there. A little chart that comes in there, and it'll show you these rings. And it'll show, okay, a 1400, it takes this ring. This is a centering ring. It stays permanently mounted to it. So you take that, you put it right here into the plate. You guys see that? Oh, that's cool, man. You guys actually see this stuff this year. The next part is this little piece right here. What this does is it fits in this hole right here, and it prevents it from shifting on this surface once these brackets lock it down to the plate. So you're going to mount that in here. I'm going to try to get the best angle as I do this. And let me take it up so we can see this. See how this goes in here like this? It actually centers on this diameter right here. Follow? Good. So I'll place that in here. I get it in the plate, and you'll look right here. This is a crank. Okay? And what that does is that helps you lower and raise it. And this steel piece, when you get it, comes mounted right here. You take it off and put it in because it actuates on this part right here. And that's how it raises and lowers it on this screw thread right here. So if I place it in, I get it in there, I get that little piece in that hole like that. See how it mounts underneath? And then I just take these brackets and I get them right on top like this. And it's always this way where just take your time to do it, which I'm not. And just take it in and tighten it up. So what you do is you put those right on here. Can we get in there so you can see it? See how the brackets go right on? And you just tighten them down. There's threads on here. There's a lot of substance holding in there. And you just slide that in like that and lock it in. So I'll just tighten this down a little bit before I snap it. And here's a part I'm going to suggest, is I'm going to show you how to mount this dust extraction shroud. Because if you look at it, when I turn the router upside down, it blocks the dust from going below. It also, does anybody know the benefit of that? No chip's going to go down in the motor. So I think this is basically one of the few router systems that prevents the dust from going down in the motor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly crank this down, and then I'm going to put my dust shroud on from the bottom before I insert the plate into the table. I'm just going to take it like this, and what I'll do is I'll take my turret system here, my depth stop turret system, and I'll position it so I can get full travel from the router. Now, there's another option that I think you should all purchase. Okay, I call this the CMS Seat. Okay, and it's really nice because it gets you right here. Does anybody own the MFH? This thing is cool. All right, so see the dust shroud? I'm going to place it right in here like this and put those two little tenons of the shroud in there, and then I'm going to close the window. See how I have that mounted? And then what I'm going to do, remove my crank, look, and from the top, set it right in, just like this. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my screwdriver and look right here from the top. Now we're going to be working from the top. If you look right here, you take the screw, and what's happening is that's locking it to the table system. And I'm going to do it over here as well. Now this is a really, really, really cool point. See the crank? I don't want to reach underneath and raise and lower it, do I? Look at this right here. You guys all see that? Oh, bonus. You can all see it. Look, I can raise and lower it right here. Okay, what's a royal pain in the patoot? Changing a router bit, right? On a router table, sometimes you got to take it out. Watch, right from the top, I'm going to put in this cope bit. Just like this in here, and then I'm going to take the wrench that comes with my 1400, put it right in here. And what's a cool thing and what's a cool bogey about the 1400? That ratcheting collet system, right? Listen to this, right from the top. Whoops, I'm going to remove my crank. Can you get, See that? And I just tighten it up. Look at that. Right from the top. Now, I can raise and lower it and set my bit. With the CMS comes these. It's a bag of rings, okay? But they're zero clearance rings. And what you want to do is you want to look at your bit diameter, and you want to surround that big area in there. So, and the reason for that is when I'm routing, okay, and I'm taking this piece of rail across, or this rail to route it, when I'm doing it, I want to stop it from diving into the hole. I want to support it all the way around. And that's why we have that. I saved the sample. I have this set right here, and I'm going to show you how you can micro adjust this right in. Okay, there's my coat bit, and I'm going to bring it right in here so you guys can see that, and we'll just dial it in just like this. So there's my coat. Look how precise that is. Look at that. Got it? I'm fully surrounded. And you know what I'm going to do now? Lock my height. The 1400 locks precisely on both columns simultaneously. So you'll have no shifting in there. Watch. See how that fits in there perfect? There may be a router system out there if you're using a plunge or even a fixed base up in there. When you lock it in, it tilts it a little. Not on this. It's very secure. So you get a perfect perpendicular cut. So I have that set up, and let's get the fence on here. This hold-down system, featherboard system's in a way. I have this little release right here. Comes out of the way. I'd like to talk about this fence first. It's adjustable in and out. You remember that zero clearance right here? I don't want it to dip down. I also don't want it to dip in. So I want to set it up here perfectly and then surround it. You have two holes here on the table to mount it directly to the table. And those are right here. If we can get a camera up here, I want to show you a line right here in the table. We'll be utilizing that later on this morning as we do our raised panel. Because you don't want to take this bit here and run it a full swath. You want to take it in 1, 2, maybe even 3 steps. So what I'm going to do is place this in here like this, get it fairly set, move it out a little bit. So I have it right there. Surround the bit just right. And if you look at this line, you're going to look at a scale right here on the set. See it? Right here? Let me point to it again. Right here. This scale is fairly accurate. So you can line that up pretty close to parallel or at a 90 degrees to your table. We'll see how lucky we get, and then I'll show you how to tweak it when we put on the coping sled. So I'm going to get that in here like this. If you look right here, I have this system just like this that'll surround that bit as I use it. All right, and then what I'll do, this knob here, Evan's going to come around so we can set, and this knob here, adjust this in and out. I'll take it like this and move it out a little bit. Tighten it here. I want to make sure I'm not going to hit it when I turn it on, because then I'll have a really true zero clearance. And this bit does cut aluminum. Once or twice, pretty good. Ask me how I know. And then I'm going to take this one. Sorry, Evan. I'm going to loosen it here, and this moves my... See how I surrounded that? And now I'll show you another trick. I'm going to grab a straight edge here. And here's my bearing. See this? I'm going to loosen it here and here again and bring that bearing right into alignment with the fence. Now, I'm going to keep going back and forth on this because there's some really cool features. See this straight edge right up against here, and there's you can see how it's perfectly in line. It's in planar. If you look right here, there's another knob on here. And if I loosen this, watch, there's this big knob back here. It's got a scale. And if I take that, I loosen it, and I move it in and out, look at the gap I'm getting in here. You guys know some applications for that, I bet. Has anybody, I actually use this for tapering legs, small legs, because like if you ever tapered a leg on a joiner, this is an offset right here. There's some videos of guys doing this, using this as a small joiner on the web. So I'm going to take this, I'm just going to bring it back in line because for our application, we need it perfectly in line. And I'm going to take that bearing, make sure I'm going to hit it just right. Okay, lock it down to the table. Another screw that you might want to see is right in here. Okay, it's a little nylon screw. When you first get this, you could take it to see if this is a 90 degrees. And what that little screw is you loosen these two knobs ever so slightly, and you can adjust it up and down for that fence to be perpendicular. Where that really comes in is when I put a sub fence on here. See the T-tracks? All right, what fits in there? All our clamps. So you can use it. I use T-nuts because when I'm doing a vertical raised panel, this is standing up like this, I want a big support fence. Those two little nylon screws, I could take it in and dial it in perfect as I run this. I've surrounded the bit. Now, as I do, and I'm going to show you a little bit of lineup on how to do a cope joint and also how to put the face down. What you want is, when I'm doing that cope, and I'm going to swing this. I don't need this. So I'm going to swing it out of the way. Just get it out of there. I want to hold this piece face down to the deck of this plate. I don't want to put all the pressure down. I'm going to let the system do it for me. Look, see this hold down right here? Look at this big knob right here. I'm going to take it, make sure that's locked in. I'm going to take it and move this up. See this? Take it down and move it down. See how I've done that? And what that does is that holds it right down to the deck so I can just slide that right through. The only thing I have to worry about is what? Keeping this like this across here. We'll use a backing board, but I want a nice fluid motion. I'll show you how you guys are going to get that when you get the set version of this. This is why you get the set. Okay, guys, look, it's a sliding table. All right? Oh my God, this thing's wicked. See that up on there? Okay, good. Over here, look, when you get a GE version of this, right here, these two black pieces come in here. What these are, these hold the nut, and when you put them in here, they align perfectly. They hold it right in place. You don't have to fiddle-faddle with a pencil trying to line the nut in there. Right there. See that? What this does is, and I want to explain these three screws here. Here, oopsie, let's get this revving. Here, here, and here. Also on the table are these stops. You can control your flow or the travel of this if need be for certain applications. You also have right here a locking screw so you can make the table stationary. Your choice for your application is, do I want to travel forward or do I want more travel aft? So you use either these two screws or these two screws to put mounted to the table. If you look from the top, we have leveling screws that go into the V groove. So you can make this table perfectly level with the deck here. Now, here's me originally trying to put this on. Right? To heck with that. What I did is I put these two pencil marks, so when I take those leveling screws, look what they are, they're in line with these screws. Look. Got it? And let's see if it actually works. Did you guys move those marks? I'm looking over there and I'm listening to him, especially that guy, Steve Bates. He always loves messing with me. Look at that. See how that goes right in? Kinda. Okay, good. There you go. And just mount it like that. Feel this. Feel how smooth that is. Come on up and try that. Look at that. Isn't that wicked? It is wicked. All right? So there you go. Now, part of the set is this. It's an angle unit. The angle unit, the basic bones of it, are similar or the same as your MFT3 tables, except this gives you more travel. It's a longer extension here, and the fence has been modified. But where that goes, like everything, is right on the V groove. Look. Now, you got probably the slickest, quickest coping sled you've ever used. Follow? So there you go. Now, let's see how good I was with those lines. This is where you want to make sure that that fence is perfectly parallel. I'm going to use these as backer boards because you don't want tear out on the back end of it. And the thing I wanted to make sure you guys see is earlier I said this doesn't have to be 90 degrees. It helps when I'm doing a cope joint. And the way you can tell is look right in here. If this isn't 90 degrees, which it is, because I got lucky this morning, look, you'll see something like this. Oh yeah, you can see that. So what you want is that. Follow? Now I could take that right across the bit. Nice and easy. Cool. So now we're going to coat. And I'm going to get my pieces here. There's my X. There's my X. I'm going to set them right here. I get everything set. I always do this. And guys, please always do this. Before you turn on a router or even a router table, make sure you got everything tight on it. And double check it, especially right now because I'm going blah, 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 100 miles an hour. I don't want to turn this on and next thing I know, I'm eating aluminum. Good. Have I done that? Oh, yeah, I've done that. Okay, next. And we're known for it, and this comes with the CMS. It's a dual hose. It comes with a 27 millimeter here and a 36 millimeter here. And it comes with this Y piece. I call it the flux capacitor. All right, all you Back to the Future fans out there. And where this goes is, you remember that dust shroud I put on underneath? This goes right underneath up there on that dust shroud. Okay? The 36 goes right here from the back. Follow? Good, good, good. Next, we have a switch right here, on and off. But I got to do this. I got to put a plug-it cord in there, which I got kicking around here somewhere. Let's do this. I got one right here. Yep, got it right here. I can take it from this router that I have on the GE, and I can place it right on there. And what you do with the plug-it cord is you get it in there. Then I'm going to take the plug-it cord, and I'm going to plug it into the switch cord. Because then I'm going to take the switch cord and plug that into the CT dust extractor right here. Follow? Make sure I'm on auto. What do I got to do? Turn on the router. Right? I got to cycle the router switch on. We're good, no aluminum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hold down. I'm going to double check my hold down. I'm going to run that across. This is my backer board. These are my two rails. I got it right in there. Look where I am. I'm right here. My hand's ever going to come near this? No, it's actually blocked. This actually is a safe system as well. I'm going to turn it on. And look where I'm standing. I like to hook my finger here, my pinky here, and hold it right up against there. Watch. I pulled that away because you have a tendency of pulling it back across the cutter. Don't do that. Pull it out, and watch. I'll just run it right across that cutter again. There we go. See that? Look at that. Here's something I do in class. I always have that sample piece handy next to me because this is the cope joint we just did on those two rails, or one rail so far. I always do this before I move on. It just takes 2 seconds. Go like this. Perfect. Check this one. Perfect setup, just where I want it.